Hi everyone, this is easyfastexcel.com. In this video we're going to be going over the Excel if function. So really briefly, here's the definition and the structure of how the if function looks like. It comprises of three basic parameters. It starts with a logical test, then the value if true, and then the value if false. The logical test, which is the first parameter, is either the value or expression that can be evaluated to true or false. A quick example here is, say that you have a value of 100 in cell A1. So an argument or a logical logical test here, it could be A1 is greater than 10, which in this case, if A1 has 100, then the value 100 is greater than 10, so it should return a true. So when that happens, then what this function is going to look and do is it's going to look into the value if true, and it's going to look at whatever value you have there or formula that you want to either return or be calculated. So the same thing is going to go with false, only that that's going to Excel and the if function is going to be looking at the value if false if the logical test returns a false value. So let's go ahead and jump straight into an example here using the spreadsheet. So for instance, in this example, we have it is a contact list, a customer list that we have used in the past in other videos. We have a column here for the last contact date, and followed by another column, days since last contact. And this is counting from today's date, October 26, 2012. And let's use this example right here with the first cell. Let's go ahead and enter the if function, equals if, open parentheses. The first parameter again is going to be the logical test, and what we want to evaluate is this cell, J2. So we want to see if, let's go ahead and click on J2, that auto populates it. We want to see if J2 is greater than 90 days, which is what we have already predetermined the field to be, comma, and then we move on to the next parameter. It's going to be the value if true. So if J2 is greater than 90, what do we want it to say? Let's for now just say that it's true, or TRUE. And one thing to note, I entered true there, but this is a string of text. Whenever Excel runs this, it's gonna run into a problem if it doesn't see it in between quotes. Anything that is any values that is a string of text or string of letters, it always needs to be in quotes so that Excel can recognize that as a value of text that you wanted to display as a return of this formula. So we went ahead and put that in between quotes, enter a comma to move on to the next parameter, and then the next parameter is value if false. So if the value is false, then we want it just to say that it's false. So let's open a quote, enter false, close parentheses, and close the quotes and then the parentheses, and enter, and it returns a false, which is the right thing. I mean, that's what we wanted it to say. If 58 is less than 90 days, so that's a logically correct answer. So let's use another example here. So this is really not clear what good this is for. It may not be very obvious at this stage, but let's say that using this list, say you're in a marketing business and you're trying to determine all the contacts that you have in contact in over 90 days. That's about 3 months, and you want to start sending them a postcards per se, or something to remind them that you're still in business, and that to keep your business in mind whenever they come into a need or something that you're offering. Well, we can use this if function to make a quick column here with that information, saying, okay, so this row or this customer we haven't contacted in more than 90 days. Let's just go ahead and change this header so that it makes a little more sense. customers that have not been contacted over 90 days. And what we want to do again, we want to send them a postcard to all of these people. So what we can do here, we can still keep it as false or true. All we need to do is just filter it by true or false. But the problem here is that we will need to remember what the true or what the false really meant. So instead of just trying to remember, we can just go ahead and change this true, say to, so if it's greater than 90 days, we can just say send, send postcard. And for the ones that are false or less than 90 days, we can just say do not send postcard and enter. And that is returning the right string of text just as we wanted it. Because this is a 58 days since the last contact, then the argument or the expression here should be false. It is less than 90 days, so this argument definitely fails and it returns a false value. If the logical test returns a false, then again, going back to our definition of the parameters, it's going to look at the value if false. In this case, it's going to be the do not send postcards, and that is what is going to return as the value or as the result of this formula or function. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out of that. We want the same formula on all of these cells, so let's just go ahead and copy, highlight all of these cells. Just gonna go ahead and drag this all the way down, holding shift, highlight it, and Control V for paste, and it auto populates all the remaining cells. Let's go ahead and take a quick look, a quick spot check here. So we're on K3, it is referencing J3, the next one down is referencing J4, so yes, it has auto populated and auto adjusted the reference cells as well, so we should be fine. Look at quickly, this one says send postcards. Of course it is over 365 days, so yes, we definitely want to send postcards. This one we do not want because it's 7 days, definitely less than 90 days, so and so on. Okay, so that is one quick way to use if. With a little more creativity, you can actually expand this into even more. It is definitely one of my favorite formulas and functions that I use. Many times I actually use it not just to return a certain value, but I actually put a formula or a function within this if function, and then and you sometimes even create a chain of if functions within. So in other words, an if function within an if function and within an if function to make an automated command or automated programming per se within a single cell, so that it will return an exact value that I want. We're gonna go over on those more advanced application of if on other videos in the future, but this is a quick introduction of what if can do. Hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions or would like has some suggestions for future video, please feel free to drop me a message or a note under the mailbox to the right side of the screen if you're on easyfastexcel.com. I also give free consultations. Definitely like giving back to the community, since I got a lot of help from the community to learn my skills, or to learn everything I know in Excel. So feel free to drop me a note, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. All right, take care guys, bye bye.